Resilience is decreasing in children. This is not news to many teachers. It's very evident that the ability for children to push through challenges is declining a lot. I would like to share something that is really, really helpful, and it's one of my favorite topics in the world, so please stick around. It's so cool. It's a little thing called the Zone of Proximal Development. We look at a task that a child can do. We look at a task that a child cannot do. And there's usually a little gap in the middle of those two things where we can challenge them, right? They're not going to be able to do it straight away, but with a little bit of support, we can help them achieve that. I have a very, very amateur diagram here to show you. The green section here is what the child can do. The red section here is what the child cannot do yet at all. They'll be able to in the future, but right now, this is impossible. But then we've got the Zone of Proximal Development here, which is a little bridging gap to get them to get closer to this goal here, right? So if we look at anything, any kind of task, there's always going to be something that they can do, something that they absolutely cannot do, and then a little skill that we can bridge the gap with, right? The thing that we're noticing at the moment is that this is not happening. What is happening? What do you think might be happening here? Parents are doing it for the children, right? Because we're busy. We need to get to work. We need to get to this thing. We don't have patience. We're very stressed. So this is being replaced by parents doing it for the child, right? But then what happens is children get to a certain age and they can't do these skills anymore. It's not great for their self-worth. Children and humans, they want to be self-sufficient and they want to be independent and they want to do things for themselves. Necessarily relying on people to do things for themselves, as lovely as it is, it's not great for that self-worth. Zone of Proximal Development can be applied to any kind of activity, any kind of skill that you're wanting your child to achieve. It could be self-help skills like dressing themselves, right? It might be that you might need to challenge them with something a little bit extra to try with your support. It might be something like fine motor development, which is something that I've been focusing a lot on lately, right? Where we might move to something a little bit smaller, a little bit controlled. Is it going to be hard? Yes, it's going to be really hard, right? Children are going to be upset while they're in this zone of proximal development, right? Because they're going to be saying, it's too hard, I can't do it. And it's really important as caregivers, adults, parents, that we are confident, calm, assured with them that you can do it, but it's important that we try. It's also okay for them to be upset. They're going to be upset because they want to be able to do it immediately. So this is one of my favorite things that I learned when I was back studying to be a teacher. It's honestly one of my favorite things. And it's been like 15 years or so, still relevant today. Actually, probably more relevant today. So worth looking at. I might do some follow-up clips on what this might look like practically, but it's very dependent on your child and what your child can do. If your child can do one thing like put their pants on and a top on, right? Maybe their zone of proximal development will be putting a jacket on. Maybe putting a jacket on or putting a jumper on is next. Maybe it's a little harder for them, but it is achievable. And the same goes for lots of other little activities. Cutting with scissors. So many children can be in that zone of proximal development while they're cutting. Really, really upset because they can't do it. But we know they will get it. They just need to be a little bit uncomfortable while they're trying. And that's resilience building. That's the crux of it.